Eagles and the Dragons on Fox Sports.
And a healthy crowd is enjoying the first Sunday of spring, and what a battle it promises to be. Manly looking to get back into some good form heading into the playoffs against the Dragons side that's won their last 6 games against Manly. They do have a couple of changes. The Sea Eagles, Steve Menzies and Chris Hicks are out. Steve Matai is in jumper number 18. Michael Barney will start in jumper number 22. The new player on the interchange bench in jumper number 21 is Adam Cuthbertson. The player off the bench in 15 is Matt Ballon. The coach is Des Hasler. The Dragons also have a change. Adam Peake is out. Chris Houston comes into the front row in jumper number 18. That pushes Dan Hunt back to the interchange bench. He'll wear jumper number 8. Mark Gasnier is the skipper in the centres. The coach is Nathan Brown. Stephen Clark, this afternoon's first grade referee. And we're underway, NRL Sunday from Brookie Oval, Father's Day. It is a picture-perfect day. And Manly, first use of the football through Kite, going towards the touchline. The Dragons defence force him over the touchline. What a start for the Dragons. Brent Kite just couldn't stay in the field to play. The tackle wasn't completed, and the Dragons fired up and get a great start.
Yeah, they got plenty of numbers into the tackle, didn't they? The Dragons, look at this, 4 or 5 of them there. They know they had to get them over the sideline. And a great start, as you just mentioned. Plenty of communication there. Simon Orford talking to his players. They need now, in this first minute of play, a result. Only 40 seconds gone. Soward to put the ball in. Watch for Gasnier and Cooper.
Cooper's on the blind side. Corey Payne is standing at first receiver. He angles back towards the scrum and is tackled there by Bryant, just short of the 10-metre line. Afamasunga also in there. Wolford now the ball behind the shoulder of Trey. And 2 of the more experienced players, and Simon Wolford pointing, saying that it wasn't Cray's ball. It was supposed to be a cutout, I think.
I think it's supposed to be a long ball. Out to their 5'8". And Rangi Chase on that right-hand edge. Soward's down on this left-hand side. I think you're there in that position. You'd always put your hands up to catch the ball. But they've gone to a set play. Made a mistake.
Keep it in. Out.
Isbell. So Manly survived. They'll be pleased. They didn't really have to make a tackle after dropping that football. Here's Barney. Played last week against the Warriors on debut. He'll be pleased to be back here at Brookie. As the Manly supporters, I'm sure. It's a much better run from Kite, going nowhere near the touchline. Now crossfield Bryant slightly. Tackled there by Beau Scott. 8 metres short of the halfway line, and he's slow to his feet to play the football. Now here's Watmo. Up and over the halfway line by about a metre. And there's a penalty and a little bit of push and shove, and in comes Bryant. Sunday afternoon, full house at Brookie. Does it get any better?
Yeah.
The boys are restless.
Well, there's something said there in the tackle.
Penalty's on you for staying there too long, and then you got the hide to get up and give him a shove. The penalty was already against you. You got, Mark, I spoke to the Tossie. I call move. They got to get out. He just laid in there, right? He's right. Thank you. Mate, all that's going to do is cause some problems. You're running in that far left, going up and up, and okay? Come on, mate.
And Corey Payne not backing down, and then Mark Bryant, the big front row, coming flying in. He's a little bit lucky to get spoken to by the referee at the same time for third man in. We've seen a number of players put on report, or maybe put on report, to see who does make the finals, Mark.
Here's Kite, tackle just shy of the 20-metre line. First opportunity for Manly to show what they've got with the football. Here's Bryant inside the 10. Will they take the 2 or keep the pressure on?
Watch from Monahan, watch the quick tap.
Yep, they take the tap. Now it's given to Afamasunga, who runs right into the meat of the Dragons' defence. Wolford is there to make the tackle. A couple of metres away from the goal line. Here come the Sea Eagles. Orford with the juggle. And there to make the tackle is Beau Scott, 9 metres away from the goal line. Monahan. Jamie Lyon across field, looking for Stewart. Well-read Nightingale. Comes up with a very good tackle. They've lost plenty of metres there, Manly. Here's Barney out of back their half. And he's now tackled by Trey. 4 tackles gone. Movement, says the referee, and a slowish play the ball. Not played at or played at, was it, says the referee. It was. The tackle count restarts. He got the word from the touch judge, Steve Tedro Lyons. Now Stewart out of acting half. Being Glenn gives it to Jamie Lyon. Hit a solid tackle by Wolford. The crowd thought it may have been a little bit high. 15 out from the goal line. Bryant the decoy gives it to Kite and then straightens, and Bo Scott gives him a little bit of a piggyback. They're inside the 10. Slow play the ball and the Dragons have regrouped. Now Orford with a change of direction back to Jamie Lyon. They've got numbers here. Manly Barney with a nice bounce away from Nightingale. Steps inside Cooper but can't get away from Soward. 10 metres away, just inside this western touchline of Brookie. Ball on the inside from Lyon to Glenn Stewart. Soward there meets him with the tackle. 5 metres away from the goal line. 4 tackles. They've got to hang on for 2 here, the Dragons. Monahan, Jamie Lyon. Now it comes to Orford. No one running forward at the moment. Here goes Watmo. 10 metres out from the line. Last tackle for Manly. There's a chance to the left if they go that way. They do, but it's an ordinary pass from a front rower to the halfback on 5. That's gone forward from Stewart to Robertson. They blew that one there, Manly. What was Brent Kite doing in an acting half on tackle number 5?
Oh, what about the catch, though, by the little halfback, Matty Orford, one-handed. He's not the tallest halfback going around, but he had to really reach up and grab that ball to try and create something there for Manly. And just a poor pass by Stewart is under all pressure. Great defence, though, by the Dragons in that set. Manly threw a lot at him.
Here's Scott, a short blind side, and the Manly defence there. And almost a lift from Steve Matai. Masunga in there. Here comes the Dragons, working out from their own 20. They've got numbers here. Cooper into a bit of space with Bell, and Bell comes up with a very good tackle. Jamie Lyon is there to assist, just short of the 30-metre line. Now here's Nightingale. Soward. Now it comes to Cray, just over the 30-metre line. So the Dragons have been under the pump here. They need a good set and a kick to get them forward. Pass from Cooper to Nightingale. Right there in line was the touch judge. And no call coming. The call you heard was from the crowd, and I agree with him. Robertson under it, 20 out from his own line. Now over the 30. And the chase was pretty good from the Dragons. Here's the pass again from Cooper. Well, Nightingale's in front of him. Surely that's a forward pass.
What was Mr. Lyons, the touch judge, doing then? Not much. I'll tell you what, wasn't a great kick there from Jamie Soward, as it was put under all sorts of pressure by this defence that Manly had put on once again. Starting the game strong.
Here's Masunga. Up towards the 30-metre line he goes. Tackle there. There's 2 slow. Chris Alston.
What we spoke about at the toss about if I call move, they've got to get out of there. Yes, now, I'm just getting the feeling the blokes are just trying to test me out here a bit. Hold on. No, well, not in my opinion. If they're submitting, I'll call surrender. But I call move, they've got to get out. Okay, now tell your blokes. Yeah.
Could be a long day there for some of the Dragons players. Yes, I've got to say, in the first set of second thought, some of the tackles went on longer than that one there. That was penalised.
Chris?
Well, they're not getting away with it with Steve Clark. They should know that.
Well, of course they're going to test the referee. What do you think they're out there to do?
Well, 312 first-grade games. We know what he's going to do. Here's Monahan, tackled by Cray. 5 metres away from the goal line. Orford goes into acting half. Masunga with the decoy run. Bell back on the angle. Steps almost. Gets through the tackle of Josh Morris. 5 metres away from the goal line. Houston was in there as well. Monahan, Orford. Now it comes to Matai. One-on-one with Gasnier. Knocked down by the Dragons. Was he in front of him there?
Yeah.
I thought Chase Stanley may.
No, I thought he played at it. If I think he doesn't play at it, we're playing on. You don't think he did? Well,
sadly, Simon, your opinion doesn't matter.
Here we go, boys, one more set.
He was the man that tapped it.
He was playing at it. There's no worry about that. Chase Stanley was certainly playing.
I thought Ringy Chase was
in front offside. Of him. He was offside. Once again, the touch he not indicated to the referee. He just saw the knock on.
I suppose at the end of the day, the Seagulls will get possession. It's not a huge call.
You ready?
From the base of the scrum, Glenn Stewart back on the inside to his brother Brett, well read by the Dragons. Making the tackle, Corey Payne. Mark Gasnier there as well. Bo Scott, I should say, was there as well. Orford hitting a solid tackle from Cray. Gets up and goes again. Around the shoulders. The fans didn't like it. Orford has a look at the referee. Now Lyon. Here's Masunga. Bell on his outside. He runs straight over the top of Cooper. Soward's there to make the tackle with the assistance of Ben Cray. Strip. Well, the penalty count is now getting a little bit crazy here for the Dragons.
Ben?
4 straight
I gave
to the
you the benefit
Dragons.
of the doubt over there. It was very borderline, all right? Now, you be very, very careful, all right? The high shots. Yeah, I thought it was close. Get him now.
I don't mind the referee actually indicating to the player that he thought it may have been high, but he let it go, which I think was the correct call. Another set of 6 now that the Dragons have got to try and hold out for. Can their defence hold the line?
Bryant right in front of the uprights. They've been under the pump most of the game. The Dragons kite. Can he get past Wolford? There's a swarm of Dragons.
Tackle 2.
What's the collective noun for a group of Dragons?
Out here, Brent. Play it on tackle 2. Wait for the
Never
whistle.
seen
know everything.
I've never seen lots of Dragons.
We'll have to come up with one. A posse of Dragons, maybe.
A posse, that's
Here's
a posse.
Monahan. Now Orford. Great ball! Steve Matai. The pressure, possession and field position is finally told. And the Sea Eagles have scored first. Steve Matai, the try scorer. 4-0 with a kick to come, but put it down to Matty Orford's great ball.
He's in superb form. The half-back Matt Orford only back from last week's game. And watch him there. He drags Gasnier in. He comes off the centre position. He thought he was going to throw a short ball. This here will certainly show it up. There goes Orford. Now, can he add the extras?
Well, the amount of field position that Manly had finally had to take its toll. 80% of the game's been played down the Dragons' end, and if they keep giving away penalties, St George Illawarra, 4-0 the count at the moment, they won't get down the other end. Here's Orford. Here's Steve Clark saying to his touch judges they're just going to take us on, which means that he believes the Dragons are just going to try and push him to the limit.
Yeah, I don't think that's right.
Here's Orford with the attempted conversion. Never looked like missing. Manly lead by 6 points to 0 down to the touchline. Matt Rodwell.
The sign of a good team is one who is able to capitalise on the field position. That's what Manly did then. They kept their composure and they were patient. They were rewarded with field position and possession time and time again with good set plays. Listen, they are running with the breeze. You can see a flag on the other side of the field. They're blowing quite strong. So expect 40-20 attempts maybe early on. And for my money, it may be a lair of Dragons.
A lair of Dragons.
Tell you what, there's plenty of them up in this box here.
Here's Kite returning the football. About 15 metres out from his own line. Now it comes to Bryant. To the 20-metre line.
I think Matt Rodwell might be reading too many storybooks.
Here's Glenn Stewart. Over the 30. At least he can read. Just short of the halfway line.
Never known anyone to...
Monahan
like
looking
pictures.
for a 40-20. Will he get the bounce? He does! That is a terrific kick. That was almost a 30-0. Just inside the corner post. It was back near his 30. That was a monster kick.
Well, Matt Rodwell on the sideline did say the Seals had the win with them, and a tremendous kick out of dummy half. Nightingale, great chase. Just couldn't get there. What a kick. How are they going to replace this kid?
Well, he's not a kid.
Well, how are they going to replace this player here on screen that can pull out that sort of play in a game week after week?
They've got a lot of confidence in Matt Ballon.
So have I, but I don't think he's the same as...
Here's Jamie Hine beating a couple of players, and Morris comes again to make the tackle. 9 metres away from the goal line. Acting half Monahan. Turns it inside to Kite. Kite runs into the defence of the Dragons. They force him to the ground. Morris, the key defender there. Gasnier in there also. Here's Orford looking for runners. Turns it inside to Glenn Stewart. He's taken by Cray and also Houston. About 3 metres away from the goal line. 6-0 the Sea Eagles up. Here's Monahan throwing the dummy. He reaches out. Was a double movement. Was there a hand placed on him?
Checking double movement.
Did the ball or the hand or arm carrying the ball come in contact with the ground?
Watching it from up here, I think he's got this down all right. I think there may have been a hand placed on him, but I don't think the ball actually touches the ground. The little dummy on the outside, there's the right hand down. He reaches out. I have no problem with that. No problem whatsoever. Video referee decision now. Paul Simpkins.
Michael Monahan, third try for the year, 10-0 the score. Manly on fire at Brookie. All on the back of the 40-20.
Come over the 40-20, but also the quick play the balls now of the St George players, and now trying to make sure they get off and don't give away any more penalties than they have. There was a bit of push and shove in that play of the ball with Orford on Glenn Stewart. They had a few things to say to each other, and you can just see there Orford not coming across quick enough and cover. Great vision once again. Monahan.
Orford from right in front should have little trouble here. And Manly at the moment almost on a point a minute. The big crowd is enjoying this. Down to the touchline, Matt Rodwell.
We often talk about smart footballs. If you watch a replay of that try, Monahan uses the ball not carrying the football to leverage himself off the ground to ensure the arm carrying the football remains off the ground and transfers it over the white stripe. He's a smart footballer. He's irreplaceable at Manly.
He's a footballer. In the days of athletes playing football, he's a footballer playing football.
I'll take a footballer any day of the week. The Wizard. Because I think they are the ones that can turn the game in your favour. The athlete is fantastic, but if he can't create something for his mate or himself, well, all you do is keep running the ball up straight. You can be 6'2", but you can also be able to play football.
He's up in Masanga now. 12 points to nil. They've had 14 and a half minutes of play. Bryant with a short ball. Kicking his legs, trying to get to his feet, Anthony Watmo. 30 out from his own line. Matai, the first try scorer today. 15 metres short of the halfway line. Here we go again with Monahan looking for another. Nightingale is back there, cuts it off, and it would have been back-to-back 40-20s for the Sea Eagles. Just didn't get it as well, but there's Watmo driving Nightingale on a dominant tackle, and the Dragons are well and truly under the pump.
Great play again, Monahan, but also that Nightingale learnt from that last mistake. Go back a little bit early on tackle 3, because Monahan is going to jump out to the right-hand side. What I'd like to see the Dragons do now, use the ball just a fraction wider. They are so tough to penetrate there, the Manly side, but they can get some opportunities on the edges.
Soward looking for something. It's Nathan Brown. I wonder what he's thinking at the moment. Doesn't look particularly happy.
It's only 12 points in the modern game. 12 points is not a lot of points to chase in a game of football.
Give him 10, boys! Give him 10!
Barney under it. You could see the difference in the kicking game there, and maybe that breeze was it. It was the difference, but I don't think Rangi Chase has the boot that Michael Monahan has.
I think what you've got to do when you have the breeze in your face like that, you've got to go 2 passes wide, but play a little bit flatter, because Manly are going to rush the first man. So if you're deep, your kick is only going to go a little distance.
Glenn Stewart got through the tackle of Bo Scott, but couldn't get away from Thorby. Here's Monahan now. Matai back on the angle. He was nailed, Monahan, by Scott as he passed the football. Last tackle here, and he gets up and gets into acting half. Here's Orford with a little kick. Morris comes across and tidies up and somehow stays in the field of play. Terrific work from the young fullback.
I expect them to get plenty of that by Matty Orford going to the line on the last tackle. You don't know whether he's going to put the kick across field or do the short little grubber over the top. The chip, I should say, then a grubber. Very composed here now, this Manly side.
Great. Just over the 20-metre line. There's a penalty.
Jack, too slow.
Jack Afamasanga.
Too slow, Jack.
And the first for the Dragons. Didn't they need it?
Well, to me, that's a dominant tackle. He's got him on his back. Wasn't any longer than 4 seconds. But I'm not the referee.
Hold the 10.
Change for the Dragons, number 16.
So here's St George Illawarra. Now on the field, Dan Hunt, who started the game on the bench. So 2 interchanges being made here by the Dragons. Lungy set to is also on, and that's him running straight in to Brent Kite. Hello, Brookvale. Lungy's here, but so too's Brent Kite. Soward back to Cooper. Not much on there for Matt Cooper. He's tackled 40 metres out from the Manly line. They haven't been down here much, the Dragons, with the football. Here's Scott into space. Here's Gasnier back on the angle. Their first opportunity, and the Dragons have scored. Mark Gasnier Gasnier is the try scorer. His first ever try against Manly, and the Dragons hit back.
Oh, what a play. They tried to bring the ball back inside the play before with Cooper, and there they go across field. And then just a poor effort there by Watmo, who actually made that great tackle before on Nightingale.
Right in front, Jamie Soward should have little trouble. And Bo Scott's been terrific for the Dragons this year. That was a good line run between the two defenders.
It was between Watmo and, of course, Matt Orford.
Here's Jamie Soward. 97 points for the season, so just 3 away from the 100. He's now 1 away. And the Dragons are back to within 6 down to the touchline. Matt Rodwell.
Well, sometimes teams can have all sorts of sets and structured plays, but other times just good old-fashioned, straight, determined running into a hole is all you need. And that was well done by the Dragons. They were under siege. They were tipping the balance the Sea Eagles' way, but they bounced back well.
It was on the back of a penalty. A couple of back-to-back sets and a piggyback down the field helps, and just shows how important in the modern game that penalties are. And the Dragons, it was a relieving penalty for them, and it turned into points. He's their best player of the year by far, Ben Craig. He's playing better football now than he was when he represented his country. Setu. The only player to have played all 23 games for St George Illawarra, Ben Craig, this year. Bo Scott. He's walked off the mark a couple of metres, but that doesn't matter anymore. Simon Wolford's beaten a couple. Here's Gasnier into space again. He doesn't have the pace to get away from them, looking for support. He finds it in Dan Hunt, the front rower. He did not blow back to Morris, who's dropped it. Razzle-dazzle from the Dragons, and warning signs here for Manly. If they get some footy, St George Illawarra, they'll be hard to keep out.
Oh, what about that fend and then the offload by Simon Wolford, who jumped out of the dummy half area, then Gasnier.
Yes.
He's in fine form in the opening 20 minutes of this game here. And Josh Morris just couldn't hang on to that play. That ball, I should say, in that play.
Up here, Jamie.
Very exciting now. Manly side, no, they've really got to defend up. They're going to show some character in defence.
Barney now tackle. 21 out from his own line, so Manly, as the Dragons run to the pump early, they're now finding themselves under siege a little bit. Here's Monahan to Watmo. They're in a bunch here at the moment, Manly. A little bit directionless. Players just pointing around. There's Des Hasler looking on. Now it comes to Kite taking it forward.
And the first interchange for Manly, number
A couple of metres short of the halfway line. Jason King coming on the field for Manly.
Hey, Simon! Come on, Simon.
You're giving all your
down, mate. Hey, Simon! Simon!
I can't work out how that's a penalty.
Just wait. Go on, mate. Yeah, mate. You see? Yeah, I saw it. He was a hit high. Let's get it down. You just out, hey?
Mate, it's come off his shoulder. Play on. Come on. Mark?
I don't agree. It's hit him in the head.
Oh,
Kicks found touch.
please.
Bend his neck back.
Did not. He
Penalty.
turned in the tackle, mate.
There it is again. Under the chin.
Off the shoulder first.
Doesn't matter. It hit him in the head. Penalty.
That'll do me.
And Manly
And
15
Andrew Ryan's
metres
did it.
away from the line. Another game. Doesn't have any influence on that decision. Is Kite being forced back in the tackle. Vic Morrow out there in 20, replacing Luke Williamson before the game started. Injured in the warm-up, or fitness test on his neck, and there's a solid tackle from Lungi Setu. Welcomes Vic Morrow to Brookie. Now, Orford. Short ball for Stewart. Gasnier with the tackle. Stewart out to Robertson. He goes for the corner. Bo Scott's there in cover. Comes back to Matai. Was he tackled when he passed the football? Couple of metres away from the goal line. Manly on the attack. Morrow with the decoy. Orford the kick for Jamie Lyon. Nightingale is there. Can he get it back? He does. Uses the upright well, then pushes away from a couple. He is a terrific young player, Jason Nightingale. Oh, there's a mistake at acting half. Matt Cooper. just took his eyes off the football.
And Nightingale did everything correct. The kick was a hard one to take. Here he is getting out of his in-goal, got rid of Matty Orford. And then this tackle here, just there, I thought that could have easily been a penalty coming down late in the tackle.
Wasn't complete.
Saints, yeah. Are they right?
I wasn't worried about the completion, I was worried about where the tackle was made.
Hold there, Josh.
But the other one was high. That one was attacking the head at the same time. Mark Braybrook.
Get your head in. Get your head in.
Is he talking to you or is he talking to the players?
Hold it steady.
Yours is pull your head in.
Keep it in there.
He must be talking to you.
Out.
He's
I've never listened to them
Jamie
anyway.
Line. Bell running short. Gets the ball. It was almost a busted play. Has he got it down or did Jamie Soward save it?
Timo, that'll be tackle one. Just checking to see if he dropped that.
I think the indication from the crowd behind is saying that he has scored this try, Mark.
I thought Stephen Bell ran the wrong line there and almost collided with Jamie Line. Has Soward saved it here?
He's gone back and he's indicated. Well, it looks like no. I think he's. There's the. Oh.
It hasn't separated from his hand. I think that's a try.
I'm fine with that.
Here's the decision. Should be a try. It is. Steve Bell with a try. His 6th for the season. And Manly extend the lead to 10.
I agree with you, mate. It just looked like he was actually running into the wrong hole. But that's what Stephen Bell does sometimes. He looks like he's not going to receive the ball. And this is what a lot of the sides are actually doing now. He committed Matt Cooper there in the tackle. Jamie Line did a fantastic job in getting the ball down under all sorts of pressure. Now Matt Orford looks to add the 2. Should have it. No problems with this one.
12 metres away. And about 7 or 8 metres to the right of the uprights. He'll kick it into the crowd. You can see in the background there, it is a packed crowd here at Brookie. It's great to see. And he adds the extra 2. 18 points to 6. Manly over the Dragons. Matt Rodwell.
It is a terrific crowd and they're making plenty of noise down here on the sideline. But that was a set play off the back of a scrum. That's what we should see more of from different sides in these final series. Chancing their arm on play one, putting on a move at the back of a scrum, particularly in the opposition's attacking zone.
Well, isn't that why we moved the scrum in 20 metres from the touchline, to give them more opportunity to do that?
Well, we did, but then we decided to use our front rows or second rows to take the first set up. Those are some interesting plays from some coaches.
Well, there's a good kickoff, and Barney does well to keep it inside the touchline, straight through. Where's the support? He's got Orford. He's got Brett Stewart. He lines him up. Stewart's away. They won't catch him. The Brookvale freak is in again. Can he score a try? But Michael Barney take him out. The Sea Eagles go back to back, and Brett Stewart gets 16 for the season.
Put this try down to Michael Barney. What an effort. He's coming late into the side after Chris Hicks was out. Watch this, the ball nearly goes out. It nearly goes in favour of the Dragons. It gets between 2 players. Matt Cooper not having the happiest day here at Brookvale, and then just lines up as fullback. What about from where this kid has come from? Brett Stewart.
Here's Orford. He strikes it, and just to the right. And so the score remains 22 points to 6, 16 the difference. They're just hanging on at the moment, the Dragons. And who will they kick it to this time?
Nathan Brown looks on. He'll be disappointed with that. One of his most experienced players coming up with a easy missed tackle. Not using the shoulder in the tackle, just put the right arm out. I think he was waiting for the man inside to make the tackle.
It's out on the full. It is out on the full by a mile.
Well, things just falling apart here now for the Dragons. They need to regroup these young players.
Chase Stanley.
Chase Stanley was the man.
Chase Stanley. Too many chases in the side for the Dragons at the moment. That's all they're doing. They're trying to chase the Sea Eagles.
Well, they're doing doubling the tackling. They got less percentage of the ball. At a 70% now, going the way of the Manly side. In any game, it doesn't matter who you play in this competition, you're going to come off second best.
There's Jason King. Well, they need to hang on here, the Dragons. 22-6. Well, you'd think they can come back. They're capable of coming back, but 28-6 at half-time. That'll be nigh on impossible. Here's Barney again. He'll become a crowd favourite here at Brookie. Jamie Lyon taken to ground, astride the 10-metre line. What are they setting up for here, Manly? Monahan out of acting half. Here's Orford. Orford back to Watmo, beats a tackle. Can't get away from Morris, but he's able to offload back to Monahan. Now it comes to Cuthbertson. He throws it out the back to King, and King puts the head down and goes forward. The offload starting to come now from Manly, a couple of metres away from the goal line. Here's Monahan to Orford. He's going to kick early. Nightingale knocks it over the dead ball line. Trying to catch them asleep. But they'll get another set here, Manly, to continue this attacking raid.
Great controlled set of 6 there by Matty Orford. And Jason King to play before. He could have gone for the offload. He knew they had another couple of tackles up their sleeve. Takes the tackle, then Orford, the little half, the general, gets in there. Give me the ball. Let's just get another set of them. Just keep chipping away, even though they're 22 points to 6 in front. That's what you've got to do. That's experience. That's a very controlled football side.
An ordinary drop kick there from Jamie Soward, and Bo Scott misses the tackle on Matai, and he's tidied up there by Rangi Chase. Here's Monahan out of acting half, always dangerous. Gets through the tackle at centre. He's done it again. He's reached out and scored despite being tackled. Michael Monahan gets himself a double, and Manly extend their lead. It's party time at Brookvale.
Very disappointing in that tackle there. Yes, they've done a heap of tackling. Poor drop out here by Jamie Soward. And then there's one quick tackle, but it's Michael Monahan again out of dummy half. Look to the right, comes back down the left. Poor tackle there, attempted by Ashton Sims. Then he got through another couple of other tackles of Josh Morris.
Well, they're just their own worst enemy at the moment, the Dragons. All these mistakes, the penalties they're giving away. 6-1 the penalty count, and the missed tackle count is now starting to rise as well. And they're missing simple tackles. Here's Orford. He's kicked 3 from 4 so far. On his preferred side for around the corner, right foot kicker, 20 metres out. And he strikes it very well. And so Manly now lead by 28 points to 6 down to the touchline, Matt Rodwell.
Well, this Dragons side this afternoon is far from the side who played just 6 days ago against the Eels and defeated them in Monday Night Football. One of the goals leading into this game for the Dragons was to repeat a similar effort. They're obviously failing to do so, and is of concern for the coach Nathan Brown leading into next year, an area he has to address.
Yeah, Matthew, I think what the biggest issue is about that Monday Night Football, they were off their line so quick defensively and really put the Eels under all sorts of pressure. But here, they are standing and waiting and letting the Seagulls come to them in numbers.
Most points in the first half Manly scored all year, 28. What a time to do it too in the lead up to the playoffs. I'll be here at Brookie next Saturday night. Matai, 5 short of the halfway line. Now here's Zorf at the juggle from Glenn Stewart. Jamie Lyon thought about passing, then it slipped out of his hand and went backwards. And now Bell has tackled 10 short of the halfway line. Here's Cuthbertson, always a danger to offload the football as he's tackled just over the halfway line by about a metre. Last tackle here, and Orford out in front of him. The first mistake from Michael Monahan for the day. He's entitled to make one. Just too far in front of Orford there.
He's done nearly everything else correct, hasn't he, in the game so far? 2 sets of play the ball areas here from the Manly players. Michael Monahan will be disappointed in that pass. He can't be disappointed in his first 30-odd minutes of this first half. He's been exceptional.
Lungi Setu now will play it for the Dragons. Can they hit back? Can they get some points before half-time as Ashton Sims is tackled off to the Broncos next year? So his last game for St George Illawarra, as it is for Chris Houston. He's on his way to Newcastle. Here's Ben Cray running at Cuthbertson, 30 metres away from the Manly goal line. Ben Ellis at acting half. Rangi Chase to Gasnier. Almost, yeah, Mark, do your best.
Well, that's the only problem with that pass, wasn't Rangi Chase going out to Gasnier, but it was 3 Dragon players up against 5 defenders for the Seagulls.
Here's a kick into the in-goal area, aiming for the outright and misses. It was Rangy Chase with the kick and Jamie Soward with the chase. He was looking for that left-hand upright, just missed it, so it'll be a 20-metre restart. Robertson.
Next one! Move! Here it is, Saints.
See, when you have a winger willing to take the ball off the tap, your forwards have got to really dominate that tackle. There they just did the nice easy tackle, lay him down. They should have dominated that area straight away.
Monahan, no one to pass to there. Manly just getting a little bit out of shape here, and players all on one side of the ruck. Monahan went the other way, the open side, and there was no one there. There's Jason King. Brett Stewart to Orford. Now to Watmo. Wasn't really expecting it, but accelerates. Matai. Robertson. The ball went forward, I think the referee said anyway. So the Dragons will get the loose and feed, but now creating some chances here, Manly. Just forward there from Matai, but would have been interesting to see Robertson scoot away.
I think it'll be interesting at half-time with Nathan Brown. You really have to have a talk to that right-hand edge in defence. Rangy Chase. Mark Gasnier. They need to fix that one of those areas up. They want to compete in that second half with only just under 4 minutes to go before half-time.
I'm not sure how you compete when you only have 27% of the football. Doesn't matter who you're playing, and there they turn it over again off the knee of Cooper. They make another mistake here, the Dragons.
Look, they are trying things. You can see that with the way they're going. But when you're under this sort of pressure, sometimes you're better off just taking the tackle and completing the set of 6 instead of trying to chance your arm because you're behind on the scoreboard by 22 points.
And sometimes you see teams like Manly, who are in total domination, starting to get a little bit loose and try and force passes instead of continuing to do what got them to that stage.
I think that's the biggest issue that Des has that will have at half-time, is trying to make sure they control that ruck here and control the football and have a good kick chase. Because you get so far in front that you forget about all that.
They're good. Here's the kick from Orford back to the middle of the field. Morris looking into the sun does well. Great chase from Stewart, Brett, and forcing him in goal. They just continue to put the Dragons under the pump.
And that's what I was talking about before. Remember when Orford went to the line, he put the little kick down this left-hand edge. Then he goes down that same side, but he kicks it back to the middle. But it all is beneficial with your kicking game is when you have a great chase. And that came from their fullback, and Brett Stewart once again on Josh Morris.
Here's a deep kick from Soward, although the breeze holding it up. Maybe that breeze, but it really has picked up too. Stopped that. It was pretty good off the boot of Soward. King plays it 20 metres out from the line. Now here's Cuthbertson. He had a hole there for Morrow to run into and looked to pass, but Morrow wasn't at the gap. Here's Orford now. Comes to Glenn Stewart. Brett Stewart with the no-look pass behind Barney, who just gets there, but Nightingale steals it from him and almost gets away. He's guilty of forcing the pass through at the moment, Manly. Here's Ashton Sims taking it forward. Good tackle from Jamie Lyon. Soward. Lyon with another one, and he's smashed to the ground. Coming in to help was Glenn Stewart. Very slow to his feet there, Jamie Soward. There's Dan Hunt stepping past King, but not getting away from the tackle of Glenn Stewart. And also Vic Morrow. Ellis to Cray. There's coming late Morris, but he just couldn't get the arms free. Last here for the Dragons. At least I would get to the kick on this occasion, and Jamie Soward just, it's a defensive kick into the in goal, and Stewart and Barney will have some work to do because he's not going to go over the dead ball line. Morris is chasing, and Stewart does manage to get back into the field of play.
I'll tell you what, the chase by the Dragons here, they need to push up just a little bit quicker. Soward had done the right thing with a great kick. And Josh Morris was the only man really putting in the effort to get down there to try and hold Brett Stewart in that in-goal area.
In the final minute, 40 seconds till half-time, and Manly work it out from their own end. They'll be delighted to go in leading 28-6 at the break. Here's another 40-20 attempt from Michael Monahan. It won't get the bounce that he was after. Morris really had to get the skates on and get back there. And it is a strong breeze at Manly's back. I'm not sure that it's a 22-point breeze.
Well, I'm not too sure about that either, Mark, but I'll tell you what, it actually shows the Dragons what they can do in the second half. They get good field position out on their 30 or 40, good long kicks down the field, try and turn this Manly side around in the second half. We're just around about 6 seconds to go. Nightingale, certainly, the first 40 minutes has been the best for the Dragons.
And there's the siren in the background for half-time. And the Manly players get a standing ovation from this huge crowd at Brookvale. They lead by 28 points to 6. And here's Matt Orford with the restart. And it's an awkward bounce. And now Dan Hunt is tackled 10 metres out from the line. And a penalty. Stolen in the tackle, says the referee.
Stewart, strip. Hey? Yeah, he absolutely did.
Glenn Stewart was the man that was penalised there. Here it is again. Was there a hand in there? Yes, it was. Stewart stripping the ball out.
Yeah, I don't think he could have helped himself.
Now here's Ashton Sims taking the ball forward. Up to about the 40-metre line go Manly. The Dragons into Manly territory. Here's Dan Hunt now. The ball come out the back. It was thrown out and falling awkwardly there. There's Ben Ellis. Still his feet slowly, limping too. He's struggling to get across the outside of the field to get to acting half as Scott comes from a long way back and has tackled. Now he's lost the football. 30 metres out. Did he lose it or did he actually pass it to Brent Kite? Former Dragon, not teammates there.
I don't think he was the intended man to get the pass, but he did indicate to try and pass the ball there. Both Scott, they don't need to do that. They just need to just relax a little bit. You see Matt Cooper, the way that he defended the nat tackle there. He's got his head on for the second half. A couple of mistakes in that first half. Another good defence there by Cooper.
Prey was second man into the tackle on King. Here's Bell. Stepped out of the tackle of Cray. Couldn't get away from Dan Hunt. And also Lungy set to. Just finding touch, Manly. 25 metres out from the Dragons line.
I don't know if that's the correct one. It's just after half-time. He's trying to settle his side down here. Matty Orford. I think you're better off keeping the ball in play. The Dragons at 28 points to 6. No use trying to just protect that lead. One side that can score plenty of points is the Dragon side.
Here's an opportunity for them. They've got a long way to go though. They've got a strong breeze at their back. Let's see if they take advantage of it in the second half. Oh, there's some solid defence. Anthony Watmo and also Vic Morrow. The tackle on Dan Hunt. You would have felt that. Here's Soward. Now it comes back to Ashton Sims. Pops it out the back to Hunt. He's hit over the top by Kite, and around the legs was Monahan. There's a couple of handy players looking on. Hicks and Menzies, who are not playing today. Here's Gasnier looking for the Gidley flick, but just couldn't get the pass away. And Jamie Lyon, the man making the tackle. Here's Chase Stanley. Last tackle here for the Dragons. What will they do? Goes back to Soward on the halfway line. He puts up a spiral torpedo. Didn't quite get it. Barney is under it. Drops it back. Looking into the sun. And then returns it about 10 metres or so.
Well, looking at Barney there putting under pressure. He's put under pressure with the high ball. That's who I would be targeting in the second half. The Dragons keep it up. Put it up in the air to that left-hand wing as much as possible.
Here's Monahan giving it to Kite. Up there, Ben Ellis making the tackle. The initial contact. Cray came in as well, and Dan Hunter was around the area. Now Orford to Watmo. Showed the ball, but able to offload, getting away from Scott. And also Lungy set to. Now gives it to Glenn Stewart. Does off, and he's almost going to link with his brother there, but decided to take the tackle. The Dragons under a little bit of pressure here. Orford, Bell slipping. So easily tackled there for Jamie Soward. Last year for Manly. Now Monahan puts the ball in the air. Gasnier is there, but it's straight to Robertson. Still the last tackle. He now kicks back across field. Well, half those Manly players must be offside, but Orford was onside. And now Nightingale will pick the ball up. Offload to Soward. Soward to Cooper. Cooper down the touchline, and Marnie with a good tackle. The best field position for some time here for the Dragons. Here's Nightingale.
That's Nightingale. That's his second touch in this set of 6 so far. Some of their forwards need to put their hand up and take control. That's a poor pass, but well picked up by Jamie Soward. Here goes Rangy Chase.
Pops the ball back to Bo Scott. King with the tackle, just grabbed him. Now Morrow jumps on the back of Lungy. Set to Brent Kite's in trouble for Manly. He's gone. Now the pass comes from Chase out to Soward. Soward to Cooper. He's dropped it. It's been a horror day for Matt Cooper. But how bad is the injury to Brent Kite?
It looks pretty bad. He indicated to the touchline straight away. There he is on screen. None of his knee or his groin, one of the two. Trying to get around and walk it off. It doesn't look good though, does he? Matai nearly makes a break here.
Here's where he just pulled up a little bit short, the groin.
I think it's the groin.
Yep.
He'll be sorely missed if he's out of the finals. Straight away, you see him go down there. I don't see the big man do that. Certainly very, very tough.
Yeah, that's not good for Manly. Des Hasler will be worried, and here's an intercept. Lungy set to. He won't have the pace. Look at Stewart come from nowhere. Here's Bell as well, and Brett Stewart has given him about 15 and caught him 9 out from the line. They need to score here, though, the Dragons, to get them back in the game. It comes from Ellis to Gasnier. Now to Crane. Matai with a shoulder charge. Morrow tidies up, penalty. Inside the 10. But Matai just lined up Ben Crane. May have hurt him there.
Yeah, I think he's hurt him in the shoulder region. But here, Manly just trying to turn the ball back inside. Langi Satu has been very strong for the Dragons. He knew he just didn't have the legs to get there. And the speed machine, Stewart and Bell. Boom! Oh, look at that for a tackle. Over the top, Matai. They need points on the board here, the Dragons.
I'm not sure 5 out from your own line's the time for shoulder charge, though. He kept going, Cray. Luckily, Morrow was there. Here's Lungy set to now. Couple of metres away from the line. They really need some points here, the Dragons. Chase. Soward. Cooper. Cooper stepping 10 metres away from the goal line. Ellis to Soward. Soward looking for some room for Morris. He can't find any. 5 metres away from the line. Ellis. Back to Soward. Here's Chase. Here comes Scott. The kick. Awkward bounce for Stewart, who does very well to take it. That was a terrific take, Gary.
Fantastic for the fullback, one, to put himself in that position. It was a hard ball. It bounced up at the last minute. And watch this, Rangy Chase going 2 to 3 passes wide. Put the kick in. That's bounces up high there. But once again, Stewart. Tremendous effort from the fullback. And the Sea Eagles had a fine game. But Manly look like they've got the cue in the rack a little bit here. Just happy to hang on to the 28 to 6 points. They need to lift their game. They need to get more control. You can't play like this in semi-final football.
Here's Hunt. Now the offload to Thorby back on the field for the Dragons. Inside the 20 goes St George Illawarra. Now here's Soward. To Rangy Chase, dummies to Scott, second man to Gasnier. Straight past Matai, but Orford tidies up for Manly. Watmo was there as well, couple of metres away from the goal line. They need to convert this pressure into points here, the Dragons. They trail by 22. The pass to no one at the moment. Cooper picks it up and goes straight ahead. Taken by Bell, but able to offload to Sims. The Manly defence is too good at the moment. 20 metres out from the line. Here they go. Thorby straight and hard. 9 metres away, last tackle here for St George Illawarra. Kick from Soward, not a great one. Gasnier's got it. And it goes over the touchline.
Hand over. Hand over here, boys.
He'd be better off, Jamie Soward, putting the ball along the ground. Yes, Gasnier come up with a catch, but you're 10 metres out from the trial and put it in the end goal. Get another set of six back. Just control the football. The points will come if you get more of the football.
Let's go down to the touchline to find out the latest on Brett Kite. Here's Matt Rodwell.
Just a word from the Seagulls medical team. It is a groin injury to Brent Kite. They won't risk him. He won't return to the field again this afternoon. They're just continuing to assess the extent of it at this stage.
Ben Cray's come from the field also for the Dragons. He's sitting on the bench. Maybe just the rest after that shoulder problem. Oh, here's King taking it forward. Just shy of the 40-metre line. The one thing that Des Hasler... Oh, there's a collision between Hunt. Did he... Two teammates collide, or did Cuthbertson? I was about to say the one thing that Des Hasler would not have wanted today, and maybe would have given up the 2 points, was no injuries.
It's one thing that you certainly can't control in a game of football. You'd like to come through with no injuries. And just watch this tackle here. He actually slips, just accidental. Nothing that Ashton Sims could have done anything about that. It's purely accidental. It's one of those things that happen in a game of football. They take him out the back just to look at him. Cuthbertson's been strong for them, as this man here, Bryant, has.
Bryant plays it back to Monahan. Now here's Orford. Orford to Cuthbertson. He's recovered well, which is good to see. Gasnier is there to make the tackle with Bo Scott. Now Monahan comes down the short side. Watmo, Matai into space. Good tackle there from Chase Stanley. Just shy of the 20-metre line. Now here's Orford. Jamie Lyon puts the ball high in the air. Nightingale, here's some pressure. Barney leaps high and takes it and loses it.
Knock on Manly. Hand over. Where you are, boys.
Well, just saying down the other end, Barney would be the man you would target with the up and unders. And there he came up with a tremendous catch. But Nightingale did the correct thing. Just let him catch it, then make the tackle. Strong game for the winger on the left-hand edge for the St George Dragons. Nightingale.
Thorby plays it. Inside their 20 here, the Dragons. Here's Sims. They can't complain about not having much football in the second half, the Dragons. They've had a bit of possession, but they just haven't been able to put any pressure on the Manly defence. It's been terrific, Manly's defence.
Well, I think they're a little bit tired. They have made probably around about 60 to 70 tackles more than...
Oh, here's a chance. Soward into space with a juggle. Morris is coming late. He's run away from him. The long ball here. Oh, well done by Chase Stanley. Now he's going to be forced into touch, is he, by Stewart? He keeps it alive back to Soward. Soward then gives the ball back to Morris. Touched by Manly, 6 to go. Morris goes forward and is tackled 8 metres out from the line. Here's an opportunity for the Dragons. Setu goes into acting half. Rangi Chase back to Thorby. They've dropped it. Just when you think they're building some pressure, they come up with an error.
Yeah, that's right. That comes back to a little bit of experience too. I think Jamie Soward, after he made this initial bust, he did get himself in a position to get set for the next set. Rangi Chase come in. He should have stayed out one. It would have been better having the half, then 5'8" receiving the ball. I don't know how Chase Stanley caught that football. Unbelievable. That's a great bit of play there. And they're turning the ball back inside. It wasn't the play against Manly. You had to go wide.
Keep it in there, Saints.
We've mentioned a couple of times this year about my West Under-6 team in Brisbane, Gary. And I just want to say, just got a text. We've won our major semi, 32-16, grand final.
Grand final.
Well done, boys. I'll be back home in Brisbane tonight. See you at training on Wednesday.
Well, I've got to just say this to those kids too. They've done extremely well without you being there the whole year. Keep the coach on. That's what I say.
Well done to the West Panthers in Brisbane. Now here we go. Back to the main game. Line, long ball to Barney. Down the touchline he goes. Pushes away from Nightingale, taken to ground by Soward. A couple of metres into Dragons territory. Now it comes to Stewart. And Stewart is up and over the 40-metre line by about a metre. Monahan at acting half. Now here comes Orford down the short side line with the juggle. Look for the basketball pass over the top. Back to Barney. Last tackle here for Manly. A little bit of razzle-dazzle there from the Sea Eagles. Been impressive, Barney, hasn't he?
Mate, both him and Nightingale has been fantastic games so far, those two players.
Orford with the kick. It's going to be a good one in the end. Rangy Chase, can he get it back in the field to play? Well done, he does. By about a metre. But even under pressure there, Orford still able to get a terrific kick away.
Yeah, the players are getting up and putting pressure on Matty Orford, but just watch him running the ball on the last play or going wide for his outside men who have got plenty of opportunities if they let the ball go.
Sims. 25 out from their own line. The Dragons. Gasnier shows it inside to Scott Matai. What a battle that's been this afternoon. And on the other side, you've got Bell and Cooper. Here's Rangy Chase, who got the ball from Chase Stanley. And now Soward into half a gap, and Glenn Stewart closes it, but not before Lungy said who gets the ball. He flicks it out the back to Soward, who's tackled. 15 metres short of the halfway line. Terrific defence here from Manly. Scott. Now the kick off the side of the boot. Awkward bounce here for Stewart, who does very well to take it on his fingertips.
Well, I don't know why Bo Scott got into the dummy half to put the kick in. He pushed Ben Ellis out of the way. I don't think it was actually meant to do, but a tremendous take once again by the fullback, Brett Stewart.
15 short of halfway, Manly.
I think you look at the Dragons now, and I think they're just saying to themselves, well, let's throw the ball around, let's try and come up with a point, let's try and score on the first play, because that's the way they're playing.
Matai. Chase Stanley coming off his wing to make the tackle. Gasnier there as well. 5 into Dragons territory. This is Bryant. 40 metres away from the line. Manly, last tackle. Here's Orford looking for touch and just bouncing over the head there of Chase Stanley. And let's go down to the touchline. Matty Rodwell has a very special guest, one of the greats here at Brookvale Oval.
Yes, with Steve Menzies down here. Steve, how have you assessed the performance this afternoon?
Yeah, it's been pretty good. We obviously just come into the game. We needed to get a little bit of momentum going into next week's semi-finals. I thought it was a pretty good first half for us. We controlled the ball very well. A couple of great performances from young Michael Barney, and things are looking okay. It's turning into a bit of a grind in the second half, but that's a good preparation for finals footy. Yeah, definitely. I think one of the things that Desi stressed at half-time is, don't look at the score, but let's just grind it out and play it like a semi-final football. That every set of 6 is important. Just get to your kick and have a good chase. What about yourself? You'll be right for next week, and you enjoying the spot in the centres again? Yeah, it's not too bad. It's a little bit wider. You don't have to do as much tackling, but probably prefer to play in the second row. The injury's just a little niggly thing, and it probably wasn't worth the risk, as we said, coming up to the final series. Thanks, and good luck next week. Cheers, mate. Thanks, mate.
Here is Steve Menzies. What a player he has been for Manly. He is just an outstanding footballer. When you consider he's done it over so many years as well. He continues to do it this year after missing most of the season with injury. Still managing.
Consistency, probably one of the best defenders in the game. One of the few players who still use that shoulder. Drives it into the middle of the body. They need him in the semis. If they're going to win the big games, I think Steve Menzies and the Hicks and the Williamsons, and what a smart move not to play Steve Menzies today. These players have certainly done a fantastic job out there for them so far.
Bell will play it just up to the 40-metre line. Here's Orford now from Masanga back on the field. Pops it back to Cuthbertson. Cuthbertson is tackled by Ellis. Also the winger Chase Stanley. Orford. Now here's Bryant. Last tackle here for Manly. Orford points to the air. So that's where the ball goes. It's a deep kick to Morris. Will he be in his in goal? He is. 20-metre restart.
Wait.
Plenty of stuff being said out there by Matt Orford to his players.
Travis Burns coming on the field for Manly for the first time, and you can hear the crowd cheering. And I just think he might be the wild card for Manly when they get to the playoffs. I just think Manly play some of their best football with him at 5'8".
Oh, so do I, but that's not the way the coach sees it, and he's the one who picks the final 13 that will start the game. But to me, he's one of the finds this year, I think, for Manly. He's tremendous in defence and in attack. like a little blue heeler dog, and he's chomping away at you all the time. Putting pressure on you.
Terrific defender.
Oh,
and he's off to North Queensland next year.
I think that's a massive buy.
Yep.
Massive buy.
Here's Gasnier lurking in the middle of the ruck. Monahan with a good tackle. 25 metres away. Last tackle. Orford back to Gasnier. Does well to grab it. He kicks. Stewart's got it covered. Barney is there, but Stewart kicks it over the dead ball line. So another set here for the Dragons. They trail by 22 points. There's 21 minutes remaining. They need something special. They need someone to do something special.
Well, they need their half, don't they? Jamie Soward needs to take total control. Rangy Chase hasn't really got himself involved that much in the game today. Jamie Soward there needs to start running the football along with Rangy Chase. Take the ball to the line, get players off them short or inside. There are some opportunities for the Dragons on the edges of the ruck. They've just got to probably play just a little bit more flatter rather than deeper, because if you play deep against Manly, that allows them to go up a couple of steps and then start sliding in the defensive line.
Here's Thorby returning the football and running straight over the top of Burns and also Afamasunga, and he runs at Stewart, who makes the tackle. 10 metres out from the line, the Dragons with a golden opportunity here. Are they good enough though? Here's Scott off a short ball from Chase, and the tackle was made, and it had to be made also by Bryant. Couple of metres away from the line. Trying to milk the penalty. Walford short ball.
Get your foot on the ball. You just rolled that. You just rolled it. Just stepped over it.
They've just done about everything this afternoon possible, the Dragons, to concede possession.
Great run here by Thorby. Another young player they've unleashed. Big front rower going through. He's played strong for the Dragons this year. He just steps over the ball. Yeah.
Let's go, mate.
Well, I'd just say this. If we're going to penalise one, why don't we penalise all the people who don't touch the football?
I think most of them, I think it happens a lot more now than it used to.
Stepping over the ball.
Very rarely do you see players not playing the football correctly, and now they have to make a genuine attempt. He didn't make any attempt at all.
No, he just stepped over the ball. So it's referee Stephen Clark got it 100% right.
Here's Orford. Turns the ball inside to Afamasunga through Thorby's tackle. One-on-one strip, and Sims has come up with it for the Dragons. And Watmo hits him in a solid tackle. Wolford. There's just no one there for the Dragons. Soward. He's been taking the line on, and he's the halfback the last 10 minutes.
Hold. Go.
Wolford. Thorby.
So that's Manly's bread and butter, their defence around the ruck. That's where they've been so strong throughout 2007. This is what you need to attack guys like Matai, who love that play and that up and in style of defence, and you get the ball into a second man play, then you can get on the edges of the Manly side.
Tackle 3.
Is there anything untoward in this tackle? Ben Gray getting ready to come on.
Come on, boys.
Corey Payne, the man.
Let's wait for the whistle. Wait for the whistle. That's 3. Wait.
Nothing much in there. Maybe
Was that? No, there's nothing in that. I just think he had a bit of a clash of a head and a shoulder, just purely by accident.
Here's Sims taking it forward. Now Afamasunga in with the tackle with Jamie Lyon, short of the 20-metre line. 20 in from touch. Now it comes to Chase, kicking for Gasnier. Robertson is back there, bounce important. He's able to offload to Brett Stewart. He gets back into the field of play by about 10 metres. Terrific work from the Sea Eagles.
What about the positioning of Stewart then? He just knew that the winger was going to get the ball, and Robertson is taking the tackle now. But he stayed away from him, got the ball, and got them out of trouble once again. Here goes Barney. Great run.
Been a most impressive performance from Manly this afternoon.
Well, he was great last week against the Warriors at the same time, Barney. I thought he was very, very strong for them.
Here's another penalty.
Too slow.
9-3 to Manly.
Wait, get him behind you.
Nathan Brown, we're wanting to go home as soon as possible, enjoy a break, and come back refreshed for next year. Forget about 2007. Brian.
I thing as a coach, Mark, I don't think you forget about any of them. Any year, any game.
Oh, lifting his leg there, I thought, Glenn Stewart, as the defence came up from Cooper. And now Bell is tackled 25 metres away from the line. Now here's Travis Burns. Turns it into Akamasanga. 20 metres away. Manly. Hasn't been any points so far in this second half. Can they get the first points of the second? 40. Losing the ball, Travis Burns, and Chase Stanley will come up with it for the Dragons, and hit from behind there from Watmo.
Yeah, they just haven't chanced their arm too much in this second half. Not too sure if Des Hazell would be happy with the way they have performed. Yes, they've stopped points being scored, but they should have had more attack in their game. Once again, Nightingale coming off that left-hand wing, taking the ball forward. He's looked for plenty of work, the young winger.
Dan Hunt plays it.
Isn't that an amazing stat for Nightingale? He's had 11 hit-ups, the most out of the St George side.
Here's Josh Morris, can't get away from Jamie Lyon. 35 metres away from the Manly line. Wolford goes into acting half. Ball may have been forward to Cooper. Bell with the tackle. Last tackle here for St George Illawarra. Soward puts it high in the air to the wing of Robertson. Here comes Gasnier. Terrific take from Mark Gasnier. And the Dragons have scored finally in the second half. 28-10 with a kick to come. Pinpoint accuracy from Jamie Soward. Gasnier gets himself a double.
Been one of their best. There he is trying to egg his teammates on. Well, we've got the four-pointer, Soward. This is what he's good at. Nice high bomb, the right-hand edge here.
Here's Soward, he's curling it back and adds the extra 2. 16 the difference. 3 converted tries will win them the game. Time is the enemy. There's, 14 minutes of play remaining, but they have players that can do it. Just give them a sniff.
We've been saying it all game. Control the footy, attack at the right times, they will come up with points. Gasnier's made enough breaks. McCooper's made breaks. And Manly, they don't want to score, they just want to wind the clock down. And that's dangerous.
Wolford turns the ball inside. Hunt, who gets nailed there by Adam Cuthbertson. 2 big men coming together in the sunshine at Brookie.
Isn't it great to see? That brings the crowd to their feet with a clash of bodies like that.
Well, there's a highish tackle from Burns. The referee had a good look at it and said no, it was fine. Now the penalty, Corey Payne tried to work his way. What about the collision here from these two?
A couple of big men going head to head.
He was just a little bit off balance there, Dan Hunt, which made it look worse than it was. And we've seen those penalised at times.
We certainly have, Mark. We've seen lots of things penalised in 2007 that sometimes I didn't think deserved to be penalties. And other ones that deserved to be penalties didn't get penalised, like were penalised.
Craig. Just shy of the 30-metre line. Manly's end of the field. Chase. Soward. Cooper. Here comes Josh Morris. Well read there. Good tackle, Travis Burns. Here's Wolford. Now Craig to the line, and Manly knew it was going to be him. And Watmo comes up with a one-on-one steal. Gasnier thought there might have been 2. It was split-second stuff there, and Matai's just thrown it away. The hand came in from Scott to grab his arm as he went to pass the football.
I think Des Hazell will be very disappointed in this performance. But as a player, you know you're going at halftime with such a commanding lead, and you're playing against some players who've only managed to have 10 or 12 games in first grade. You know you're going to get away with the points in the end.
Opportunity here for the Dragons. We saw what the Bulldogs did on Friday night. in terms of putting points on the Cowboys when they switched off.
Well, anyone can do it in this competition. That's the scary part. You can be up by 12 or 14 points. The next minute, bang, you're behind on the scoreboard.
The Warriors against Penrith last night, 14-0, then 18-14 in 5.5 minutes. Here's Soward. Chase inside to Bo Scott. Monahan with the tackle, just shy of the 10-metre line. Wolford across field, back to Soward. Soward then to Dan Hunt. Gasnier coming, but Hunt looking around, offloading it, goes back to Chase. He then steps, accelerates past Cuthbertson, and Monahan tidies up. A couple of metres away from the goal line. Wolford goes himself, tries to reach out, can't get it down. Is he in the field of play? Stolen by Travis Burns. I think Wolford might have thrown it away.
He's a crafty player, Wolford.
Chance to the right if they go this way, but Manly regrouping. Now it's the chance to the left. Chase to Bo Scott. The defence is there. He tried to get away. Did he know he held on to it? There's still a chance to the left here, the Dragons. Wolford. Now it comes to Soward. Houston runs the decoy. Morris. Cooper ran through, but it was never going to get the football. It was slow motion from the Dragons on that occasion. 9 metres away from the line. Here's Bo Scott back on the angle. Great offload from Scott. The referee says it wasn't forward, and Cooper scores. They're back in it. Cray with the offload. What a pass from Ben Cray, and Matt Cooper has made it 28-16. While there's life, there's hope.
And it certainly does. He'll kick this goal, then there'll be 10 points of difference. But watch Cray here accelerate into the hole, then get the right arm free, and then Cooper puts himself in a perfect position. There's the right arm. Look at the position that Matt Cooper gets himself in. The referee already indicated that it was all right. He adds the 2 points.
A bit quicker this time from Jamie Soward.
Well, it had to be.
28-18. Manly lead the Dragons down to the touchline. Matt Rodwell.
I was about to add a little bit more urgency there shown by Soward, but look, it's certainly Des Hasler. He won't be impressed with this second half performance from his side as they slowly make their way back to halfway. His message at half-time was he wanted a perfect second half. They haven't produced that. It just shows that they're either clock watching or they've still got a little more work to do leading into the finals.
I think they're just thinking about next week. Desi Hasler said, play it like a semi-final. Well, it's not. You've had a team up 28-6.
Well, we asked Des about complacency, and I think in the second half that certainly has affected their performance because they'll be standing and waiting. Yes, they brought up some great hits on occasions, but the intensity certainly has gone out of the second half of the Manly side.
Gasnier. Just short of the 30-metre line. Here's Nightingale out of acting half. Matai coming in with a solid tackle, trying to wrap him up, and finally he succumbs to the tackle. Also in there was Matt Orford. Here's Wolford out of acting half of the Dragons. Dan Hunt hit by Glenn Stewart just shy of the halfway line. A solid defence from Manly. A good run from the young front rower. Now Jamie Soward with the kick for Gasnier. Bounce important. It's a good one for the danger man, Brett Stewart.
Positional play, fantastic by Brett Stewart at the back there again. Just making sure he wasn't too deep and he came onto the ball. But it makes it very difficult for the Dragons to attack when you have a player like Jason Nightingale comes in, takes the second or third hit up. When they want to spread the ball, then they're down a man. There's no one on the wing to accept the last pass. 10
points the difference, 8 minutes to go. Can the Dragons cause a major upset after being down 28-6 at half-time? There is time for them. They've got a very strong breeze at their back. Orford dummy, accelerating. Last tackle here for Manly. Monahan puts the ball high in the air. Underneath it here is Chase Stanley. He's knocked it on. Matai's knocked it on as well.
Knocked on St George.
Manly will get another set here, and you would think with 7.5 to go, they have enough smarts to wind this clock down now.
Well, that's what they've been doing in this 40 minutes. I don't think he actually touched the ball there. I thought it was actually knocked back first.
I thought initially Robertson knocked it back into Stanley, who knocked it forward.
Yeah. Well, we've been disagreeing for the whole 2007. We might as well not let a game go past, Mark.
Well, it's not novelty day.
No, I know.
Here's Line. Dumbing inside to Matai, going himself, and read there by Morris. So 7 to go. They need to hold here, the Dragons. Manly looking to put them well and truly out of it. Here's King taking it forward. Tray in there with Wolford. Penalty. Now they'll take the 2.
The ball go.
They'll take the 2 here, won't they, and wind the clock down?
I think they will. Orford looking.
Stay in that
communication.
line.
They're going to take the tap.
On the line. You do. There's your mark.
King wants to try.
Line. Now here's Glenn Stewart.
Backwards.
Ball to Brett Stewart, who just gets back there in front of Soward.
Stand! Here it is, number 8!
Let's see what the urgency's
Barney.
like in defence for the Dragons.
Dan Hunt was called offside then. You could hear him yelling at number 8. Made the tackle. No penalty. Burns. Inside to Cuthbertson. Offloading. Does he? It's on the ground. He'll pick up his own pass. The referee says it went forwards.
Off. Okay. Come off you, hit him, and then we're back.
You hear the referee saying it. Cuthbertson through it. And come off somebody else.
He
so
came
the
off
ball
Monahan.
actually come off. It actually gone forward.
Shortcut here, boys.
Now the Dragons show urgency to get the scrum.
Good crowd here this afternoon at Brookvale Oval. Terrific Father's Day NRL Sunday crowd. 18,637.
You ready, Block? You ready, fellas?
Terrific crowd here at Brookie, all enjoying their Father's Day.
So they should. They're special.
Don't forget the Dally M's live on Tuesday night from 8:30. Fox Sports 3. Will it be Robbie Farah? Will it be someone else?
Robbie Farah's had a fantastic season, hasn't he? It's been inspirational for the Tigers all year long. Even when he had that hip injury, Mark, he's still come out and played some pretty good football.
Here's Cray. Still a chance here, the Dragons, if they can score. You'd think they'd have to score in this set. 3 tackles to give them enough time. Maybe a 40-20 they need to look for early. Stewart is back position for it. Gasnier keeps it alive. The referee says it went forward. Simon Wolford throws the ball away in disgust. Now they're arguing with each other here, the Dragons. Wolford and Lungy set to.
Well, that's when the pressure's on, isn't it? He did the right thing. He did the left and right step, trying to get on the outside. And here, I thought he passed the ball back.
When you're ready, matey.
The referee saying no. The ball had travelled forward.
Out!
He was in a better position than I was to make the call.
That's 1! Move!
Inside the 30, Manly. Haven't been able to score in this second half. Here we go. Here comes Stewart. He doesn't get the bounce though. Well read by Nightingale to be back there to tidy up for the Dragons.
Oh, very lucky, but I tell you what a great play, and that's one thing that other sides in the competition are really have to watch in semi-final football. The like of Orford and Stewart, the crossfield kicking, it nearly worked then. Just the bounce of the ball didn't go their way.
Houston plays it. Here's Thorby. Towards the 20 he goes. So inside the final 4 minutes, Wolford. Now Houston through Glenn Stewart's tackle, but not the tackle of Travis Burns. Now Wolford out of acting half on the last. Nice bounce here for Chase. Now Gasnier's with him. Will he kick for Gasnier? He does. Robertson is chasing. Gasnier can't get there. Robertson over the dead ball line. Just couldn't position him to give him the football. That would have been something to see. The last stages of 2007 for the Dragons. Gasnier in full flight.
See, they're the opportunities when, on the last play, you start to run the ball against Manly, and it just shows you the value of doing that if you've got players in motion. Jamie Lyons up there by himself. The wing is very, very deep. Then he had to come up to try and make the tackle, then turn and chase. That's Robertson who puts over the dead ball line.
Time off. So 3 minutes to go.
Outside.
Manly will finish in second, playing either Parramatta or South here next week, depending on the result of the Eels and the Broncos. 28-18, Manly in front. The Dragons Soward.
Move!
Monahan with the tackle. So to Glenn Stewart. Chase. Stumbling and tackled there. An easy tackle for Anthony Watmo. Just short of the 20-metre line. Walford cuts out Sedu. Morris into a gap. Brett Stewart with a very good tackle. Back to Walford. Only a metre out from the line. Who's made the try saver? Travis Burns. Lungy set to. Back to Scott. Scott then throws it to the number 7, Soward. Kicking for Nightingale. He's in, but they may not have enough time, will they? If he'd gone to the video referee, the clock would have stopped. He didn't need to check the onside. Nightingale scores. Do they need to take the kick for goal, or do they just say, no, we don't want it? Manly aren't back behind the goal line. They need to be there. He can signal time off if he wants.
I think that's what the referee should do. But what about the kick here by Soward? Nightingale's had a fantastic game here for the Dragons this afternoon. Certainly been one of their best. The clock's still not stopped. And needs to hurry it up, Soward. They'll get another set of 6 here.
They wasted about 40 seconds the last time. Here's the kick from touch. It's a ripper. He adds the extra 2. Get set, buckle up, get ready for the final minute. They can't surely win it. They can't win it.
Why have they waited so long, the Dragons, to put the pedal to the metal and get themselves into this game?
It'll be their
Nathan
5th
Brown.
biggest comeback if they do it. We did say at half-time, though, stay patient.
Yeah.
It'll be one at the end, but this is testing the patience to the limit.
Oh, it certainly is, and Manly really trying to slow the clock down now, rearranging the ball there, Orford.
Last set of the game, last set of the year for the Dragons. Can they pull something out of the fire? Someone's got to get the football, though. Here's Thorby.
Big strong for them. Sorry, Mark, big strong for them too.
18,500 here today. A couple of thousand have already left. They'll be wishing they hadn't.
They need to go wide. They need to attack the edges. Matai, get a second man play going against Matai, and you'll run into some holes.
Brett Stewart playing very shallow for Manly. He's up in the defensive line, in fact. There's no one at the back here for Manly, but no one in the Dragons will be fast enough to chase him. Here's a chance. Here they go. Chase has run away from his support. Now it comes back to Scott. Scott there. It beats the tackle of Stewart. Still going. Watmo's back there. He's still going. Watmo coming in late with a flop. Cuthbertson. Last tackle of the season for the Dragons. Can they steal the win? Here's Soward. He's got to keep it alive. He does. Back to Cooper. Cooper now. Here's Gasnier. Cooper. Charge down. They dive on it. Stewart. That's full time. The charge down, he ruled the knock on anyway. That will be full time. Manly get out of jail at the end. They were too good in the first half, too good for the game. They defeat the Dragons 28-24.